Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is... Eto'o! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Messi finds himself offside.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team. But Raul is different and has a greater appreciation for all that and likely to put others in before himself.
Kimmich. And it's Maldini. And it's Kimmich. Maldini. Rijkaard. It's Kimmich, and he's forced to go back. Oh, super ball! And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Rijkaard. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Pass is just off target. Vinicius Junior, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Eto'o.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nicked it back promptly. Still goalless. And this is real chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's there to belt it away. Vinicius Junior, good driving run. Eto'o, he's having a shot! And it's a goal! The breakthrough strike! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next...
It's a mighty effort! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Yaya Toure. Serginho. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he thumps it clear.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Maldini. And it's Kimmich. Nicely aimed pass. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Caceres.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for it.
It's Eto'o! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He's gone direct here. And it's Eto'o. Now, can they get it? Chance, surely! He's got a goal! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So that's two now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Yaya Toure tries to pass it through. Serginho could try cutting inside here. Bardiol gets it away. Taken back almost at once. Could go all the way here. He's in a great position here. He's had a shot! It's in! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Ricky Puig. That's Eto'o. Ricky Puig. Rijkaard. And here's Eto'o. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Haaland is onto it in a flash and claimed it back swiftly. Messi. Raul. To Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy! Dealt with nicely by the defence. And it's half-time here. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Jeff, Chiba really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Big header! He's missed, but not by that far. And it's Serginho. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Yaya Toure. And it's Iniesta. And it's skewed away. Eto'o. So what can they make of this? Great vision. Oh, good take in a good area. And the shot! They want to be quick. Oh, he's been caught napping. It's going to be another corner, I think. That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Haaland, he's found a way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Can he get on the end of this? Messi. In by Messi. And out it comes again. Could move up a gear here. Serginho. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Eto'o. That's a sharp pass. Shot could be on. Oh, he tries a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Vinicius Junior. And here's Eto'o. Header! Oh, surely that deserved better.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Caceres. And it's Messi. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Caceres makes the interception. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And here's Hullet. Defending here is really tight. Haaland. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Jeff Chiba really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And it's Serginho. Serginho.
That was lovely, that.
And that's gone loose.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
That's good defending. Defending in numbers.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Time is running out here.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Vinicius Junior. And the counter is on. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he skips past his man. Maldini does really well to win the ball there. Pass somewhat off target. Tries to play it through. No way through.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And this is Raul. Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Raul taking his leave here, having got himself on the score sheet.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard, and I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
Substitution.
Griezmann.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Eto'o. Stood up well to him there. And he's managed to get free. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won. Ultimately... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Neymar. Now it's Mbappe. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
For me, Peter, David Beckham is one of the greatest wide players of his generation.
And a bit of a throwback in a way, in the sense that he's a right-footed right winger.
Yeah, it's the perfect position for him. His game has never been about cutting inside. It was kind of the hit the byline and get crosses in.
He's often mentioned, though, hasn't he, that he'd rather play in the middle.
Yeah, and that's something I find hard to understand personally, in view of his brilliant skill set.
Lukaku showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Dink through. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Serginho powering forward here. Well, that has not gone well. Messi. No goals as yet. Kimmich.
Jordan really have decided to turn to the long ball. That's very obvious now.
And how do they go about making that work?
Well, they can't neglect accuracy, and it can turn...
Terrific header! He's scored! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Now it's Beckham. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And the counter is on. And here's Hullet. Donadoni proves just a little bit too strong. Hullet gives it back. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neymar. And it's Beckham. And Rafinha.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And he's played it back. Yaya Toure. Donadoni. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Chance here to counter. And it's Messi. Can he get on the end of this? Mbappe! And it's come back out to him. Can he spark a counter here?
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Kimmich plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Hullet. It's a pretty loose pass. That's gone for a throw-in. Just eases him off the ball. Kimmich. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now that's well seen too. And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rafinha. And it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. That has ended up in no man's land. And here's the chance to counter. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. Rijkaard. Maldini. Pass somewhat off target. Out towards the flank. Great chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Shot a goal!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Serginho, oh, beautifully shaped ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. They're
And Messi! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Jordan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent. Oh, what's he done? Deftly away. And it's Messi. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. And here's Rafinha. He's gone for goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Tries to get it clear. That's a nicely weighted pass. And now a sudden chance to counter. Donatoni. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Yaya Toure. Nicely aimed pass. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
He had a chance to offload that left, so I think he's going to have to swallow his medicine on this one.
And here's Mbappe. Well, there's the clearance. They get a throw in.
Substitutions taking place.
Quality ball. Yaya Toure. And it's Yaya Toure. Now Mitoma. Iniesta. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Backward it goes. Seedorf. And this is Iniesta. He's on it, can he get away? And that has sent him sprawling. No foul, says the referee.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
I think we're just about done here. Played back into the centre.
Jeff Chiba nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
One minute to add, according to the board. Rafinha, challenged just a bit on the firm side. Toure concedes a free kick for that. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
On the field, number 17, Rafinha. Number 10, Messi. Number 16, Rodri.
And that will be the final act. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And as you can see, we've already started here.
A proven leader, a proven winner, and a talisman for both club and country, Peter.
Yeah, Gareth Bale is certainly all of those things.
You could almost say he's the perfect attacker, easily one of the fastest players around. And remember all that beautiful technical football. that was done at speed because he always had that pace in his game. And remember his aerial strength.
He's had a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And it's been taken short. Donadoni! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? No way through, so back it comes. Haaland!
Jeff Chiba definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
And it's Bale. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and look the more likely to register first.
Aimed beyond the defence. Kimmich is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Rijkaard. And it's Serginho. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. No, that's been intercepted. Pull it. It's a good spell of possession, this. Spread out to the left. Could move up a gear here. Serginho. And it's Hullet. So it is still 0-0. And here's Haaland. Played back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Now it's Donadoni. And this is Hullet. Oh, just skips past his man. Diaz. Corinthians were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions.
Now it's Bale. He's shifting through the gears here. Great chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Serginho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Serginho is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Looking for a runner. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Donadoni. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And it's Kimmich. Donadoni. And here's Haaland. Lukaku is... It's Lukaku! That is decidedly lacking.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
Conte. Hernandez. And Fernandez. That's a sharp pass. Doku! Well, now it's a race for the ball. The ball's swung in. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Serginho. Yaya Toure. Donadoni. Kimmich. Haaland proves just a little bit too strong. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Costa Curta clears it away.
Haaland really has the confidence and skill to be able...
And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, it's been watchable and enjoyable. We certainly had a vibrant start, and if we were going to see a goal, it should have come then. But the odds are favourable for this second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And the game has already resumed here. It's Lukaku! Hernandez works it forward. Diaz going face-to-face with his great rival.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Rijkaard. And it's Serginho. Tries to play it through. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And this is Bale. Here comes the cross. Donadoni getting this one clear. Diaz. And that pass just didn't quite work. Kimmich being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, he's the quarterback equivalent, so I'm not surprised that he's been closed down first.
Serginho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Played in. It's their second corner of the game. Kimmich with the short one. Backward it goes. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Pullet considers his options.
He could tee it up for someone else, but something tells me he'll have a go.
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. So we've reached the hour mark. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. That's a good run he's making there. Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. No breakthrough, and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Serginho. And here's Haaland! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Kimmich plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Bale. Real chance! He's scored! And late in the day, a telling moment.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Substituição.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. So we have the first goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Hangs in a cross. And a shot! Oh, easy pickings there. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
He's in a great position here. Fernandez wins the duel this time. Threads one in. This looks promising. And this is Bale. Can he finish? And he's really put himself on the line here.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 9, camisa 5. Deixando o campo para a entrada dele.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Tries to pass it through. Oh, super find. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Well, that's a little loose. In with the challenge. And it's Kimmich.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
And the number on the board is 3. And he's forced to go back. Conte. Van de Ven. Ball played for Conte. And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a...
There's the shot! Just wouldn't stay down for him. And here's Haaland. Hullet ploughing through the middle. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Played out to the left flank. Vinicius Junior. He's got tall. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
I think we can look forward to another striking masterclass from Van Basten here, Peter.
Well, many have cited him as the greatest striker of all time, but what in your eyes made him that, Jim?
Well, in a word, everything, Peter. He had it all. Pace, power, technique, vision, dribbling, strength in the air. He's a cut above the rest in all departments, and brilliant imagination.
Oh, good spread. Now it's Lopez. He's found a way through. Big chance! They've scored! There is the breakthrough. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And here's Haaland. And it's Kimmich. And here's Haaland. Now this could be a chance.
Van Basten.
He might be in here.
Jeff Chiba are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
That's really good defending. And the counter is on. Maldini. And Donatoni. That's good running with the ball. And it's Kimmich. Now Yaya Toure. Pull it. Gives it back. Passes short and sharp. Cleared without hesitation. And he's well positioned here. Donatoni. Haaland.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Serginho. Can he get it through? He's in space and looking for options. Serginho goes pelting down that left-hand side. Serginho stood his ground strongly. And it's Yaya Toure. For Yaya Toure. And it's made its way to him. Little pass back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
And that has been slung wide.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Kimmich. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And it's Kimmich. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Played in by Foden. He gets big! They just took too long getting forward.
Peter, the best counter-attacks are pacey and incisive, we know that, and that one never really got going.
Pass somewhat off target.
They've got to be quick moving this forward. Jeff Chiba certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Donatoni.
We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Vitinha, Van Basten.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. He is through here. Haaland, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Foden providing an outlet on that flank. It's a mighty effort! And he hits the net. 2 up now, and they are cruising. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Well seen.
And we hit half-time. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Aquí están los futbolistas. Se está realizando un cambio.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Lovely, now then. Rummenigge! And he lines up a cross. Oh, what has happened here?
Van Basten.
Vitinha. Foot in. Looking for the run. Lukaku. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Van der Ven did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. In with the challenge. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Out to the right. No, not quite on the same wavelength. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
That looks a good ball through. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Kimmich. Jordan Henderson. He's had it taken off him. Now, can they get him away? Hernus. Hernus going face-to-face. Donadoni! It's in! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Número 16. Lo reemplazará número 8.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Toma, good strong midfield running here. Good read, needed to be.
Jeff Chiba really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Vinicius Junior receives it in a wide position. Jordan Henderson. And it's Kimmich. So what can they make of this? And this is Van Basten.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And he's had it nicked away. Yaya Toure. Spread out to the left. And he's managed to get free. Jordan Henderson. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Time for a change in personnel. Messi to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself.
Neymar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Maldini. It's a promising position. Crosses it in. Cleared away. Driving on and making good progress. Backward it goes. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
He's shifting through the gears here. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Toma. He has found the way through. Bullet! And he's there to get it away. And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. The action has...
And the shot!
Not the most accurate pass. And that is expertly dealt with. That's a throw. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Hullet. And it's Iniesta. And Donatoni. And it's Hullet. Nicely weighted ball. He's in a great position here. And the counter is on. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Oh, such a clever touch. Rijkaard does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Rijkaard. Goes looking wide. Now it's Messi. Pass is just off target. Now, what about a counter-attack? Serginho. Messi. No goals as yet. Ekitike. Messi. And it's Belletti. Distributed tidily. Played into the box. And it's kept out.
And he's had a hit!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Messi goes short. Ball's gone out of play. Tries to cross. Terrific header! Goal! Flamengo! Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
Flamengo have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ekitike. Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Yaya Toure. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Donatoni. And it's Yaya Toure. Great defending, strong and determined. Over to the left. Vinicius Junior looking to run onto it. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Yamal, that was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
He's had a shot!
Pull it. Iniesta. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Lukaku. Pull it. Played out to the right. And here's Haaland. Danger averted for now. Nicked it back promptly. Now Yaya Toure. And it's Serginho.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Ekitike.
They've got to make this nice and quick. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And that'll be the last act of the first half.
Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Jeff Chiba really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Serginho.
Maldini. Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure.
Produces the perfect tackle there. Now that looks a decent ball.
No, that's been intercepted.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Irwin has created one goal already. Rijkaard. Ekitike.
Yamal. And that's been won straight back. Oh, that is a nice touch.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it.
Yaya Toure. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Belletti. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Vinicius Junior!
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Serginho.
Could move up a gear here.
Now it's Iniesta.
Oh, lovely bit of skill.
60 minutes played.
Messi has it in a wide position.
Ekitike.
Back would it go.
Decent chance!
They want to be quick to recover this.
Oh, he's been caught on it here.
And
Up he goes!
Oh, should really have made more of that.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Teremos uma substituição.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Now this could be a chance. Messi's cross.
Toure getting this one clear.
Flamengo disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
And he welcomes it in, and he's certainly onside here.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Mbappe coming on here, a change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
Substituição.
Played towards the other side.
Well spotted.
Irwin. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Rijkaard. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Yaya Toure. Ball played for Rijkaard. Rummenigge. Rummenigge going face-to-face with his great rival. Yaya Toure. And it's Rijkaard. For Musiala. Turns back here, probably the best option. Rummenigge will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Maldini. And it's Yaya Toure. Rijkaard.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Rummenigge. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And he shoots! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. It's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
And there goes the final whistle. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Now, what about a counter-attack? Serginho gets into a good position. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, this guy, Florian Wirtz, is the latest in a line of many impressive German...
Shapes to shoot! McTominay. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Gabriel does well to get it back. It's a really well-measured ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Kimmich. He's got tall. Oh, it's hit the post. He's in a... And one more try! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
They've played it short. Now there's a fine ball. Opts to play it back. Look at the space here. Nice interception, well timed. Cleared without complication. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. The referee's awarded a free kick. Maldini is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
And the keeper gets his hands on it.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Wirtz clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
Vinicius Junior. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Palmer. A probing pass. Spread neatly. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Van Dijk makes the interception. Madrid looking to pass their way through. Now it's Palmer. Mateus. Hullet, spread out to the left. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Mateus. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now Yaya Toure. Mateus. Good running, strong and purposeful. Half an hour played now. Rijkaard. Serginho going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very...
He's had a shot! And he's done it! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Gabriel.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Mbappe picks it up out wide. He's shifting through the gears here. Hullet.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And it's Hullet. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Kimmich. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe going full steam down the flank.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Donatoni. Hullet. And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Jeff Chiba really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Donadoni with the short one. Mateus! And he's really put himself on the line here. It's their second corner of the game. Donadoni plays it short. Hullet!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
McTominay, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. McTominay gets over and intercepts. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned. Donatoni touches it back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
And it's Serginho. Can he get on the end of this? It's a promising position. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, that's a key interception. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Yaya Toure. And Mateus. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Vitz. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Rijkaard. And that's really well manoeuvred. Yaya Toure. And it's Rijkaard. That's Maldini. And it's Hullet. This looks promising. Haaland! So, third corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Mateus proves just a little bit too strong. Crosses it in here. Great chance! And that has been clubbed away. And he's picked it up out wide. Hullet! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Corner number 4 coming up here. Hullet goes short.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Haaland, brilliantly cut out. And that was very necessary. And here's Vinicius Junior. Haaland, can he finish? It's there! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Nicely weighted ball. Donadoni calmly anticipates. McTominay for Yaya Toure. Mateus, and it's McTominay. Looking for options for movement. And the shot! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. So there's going to be another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
McTominay.
Well, they're really trying hard to change the complexion of this game, and surely it's only a matter of time before they can grab a goal. They're absolutely pounding away to get it. It's superb effort.
Lampard. Haaland. That's good running with the ball. And he's away. Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, that is chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Mbappe really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Kimmich with the short one. Lampard with the cross. Tries to get it clear. 4 added minutes on the board. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Kukçu is the team's great visionary. Van de Ven receives it in a wide position.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Madrid making consecutive changes here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Aimed beyond the defence. And time is up. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. The action has already started. Torres did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. A probing pass. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into them.
Oh, they could be caught out here! And he's managed to get free. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the...
And Hullet! There it is!
Well, how's that for a class finish?
That's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Mitoma.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And here's Neymar. Neymar. Now it's Neymar. Great defending, strong and determined.
Neymar! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Rashford. Now, what about a counter-attack? Mateus. Hullet.
And the shot! And he hits the net. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And here's Stoichkov. Conte tries a measured ball. Here comes the...
He gets big. He has done it. Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Mitoma. It's a promising position. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Now then, clash of the egos.
To Maldini. And it's Kimmich. And it's Yaya Toure. Mateus.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Mateus. That's a shade optimistic. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Rijkaard. Conte. Played out towards the right wing. Showing good feet. Shapes to shoot! And he's there to clear it. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Stoichkov! Stoichkov! Oh, what has happened here? And one more try! It's in! They have come roaring back!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
We have ourselves a real game here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Takes a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And that would have been some... Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. And that's the second half started. Rashford. And it's Conte. Now it's Torres. And he's in on goal. Neymar. And this is Neymar. Tries to cross. Shot at goal! Neymar with the short one. Oh, that's a fine challenge.
Oh, makes every duel look like a total mismatch.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Pull it. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Conte, quality ball. He's had it taken off him. Neymar. Yaya Toure. And Neymar. And here's Hullet. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nice-looking ball. That's the keeper's ball.
This is the time you need that pace.
Mitoma, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Mateus. He's having a shot! Goal! Into the lead once more. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And this is Neymar. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
That is a gem! An absolute gem! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry.
And the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Substitution on the field.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting, we'll see how it develops.
Thinks about the shot, and this is Neymar. Crosses it in, and it's safely in the keeper's hands. And he's only too happy to take that back. Mitoma is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. That's a lovely, neat pass. Looking to play him in. That's tidy. That is good strength. Shot, surely! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Conte. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And it's Conte. It's a searching pass. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
What a throw in. Conte. Costa Curta. And it's Neymar. It's Rashford! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Substitution on the field.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Coming on the field.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Baresi gets across to intercept that.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
And here's Rashford. Mateus, who does have an assist to his name. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Stoichkov. Iniesta. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Baresi. Kimmich wins the duel this time. Torres. Now it's Rashford. And he's surging through. Rashford! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that is that. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started. And here's Haaland. And it's Gullit. When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first-class package.
It's everything you want. Now that looks a decent ball. Chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's there to clear it. Rijkaard. It's Nakamura. And he's cut it out. Mateus. Now it's Haaland. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played.
And the shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Mateus. And here's Haaland. Mateus. Now it's Haaland. Great chance! Now that is commitment to the cause.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Kimmich plays it short.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Serginho. Neither side yet able to find the net. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Dembele, a player who needs no introduction. And he's had it nicked away. Neymar. Now it's Kimmich. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, crossbar! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Jeff Chiba really are packing the box now.
Yeah, it does seem to be something of a numbers game they're playing.
Well, it's exactly the right approach, Peter. If you can deliver quality balls from out wide, you need to make sure there's someone on the end of it. Simple.
Opts for safety. Yaya Toure. Rijkaard. And it's McTominay. Now it's Kimmich. Now Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Gullit. And it's made its way to him.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That is good alertness. Gullit. And now the breakaway. Now it's Kimmich. Mateus. And it's Yaya Toure. That has been slung wide. Aimed beyond the defence. Gullit plays it in. Up he goes! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. And this is Yaya Toure. And he's there to belt it away. McTominay. Now Yaya Toure. Mateus. And here's Gullit. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Beckham. Oh, it's Dembele. Rooney. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Danger averted for now. Played out to the left flank.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And it's Serginho. Yaya Toure. And Mateus. And this is Hullet. Haaland. And it's hit the woodwork and out. Beraldo is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Cannavaro. Beckham. Oh, it's Dembele.
There will be 1 minute added time.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Jeff, Chiba have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Distributed tidily, and it's Kimmich. Mateus. Yaya Toure. Dembele. Serginho. He has found the way through. Kimmich did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Yaya Toure. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Takes a shot! It's in! First blood drawn!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Great vision. Oh, he's found support out wide. Lovely feet. And he's whipped it across. McTominay with the clearance. And it's Serginho. Rooney tries a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Mateus gets good distance on it. Beckham with the... Oh, what a climb! Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, it's very well timed. The delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
Serginho. Nicely spread. The ball goes in. Terrific header! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Nakamura. Goes looking wide. All the way back. Maldini. Yaya Toure. McTominay. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Kimmich. Backward it goes.
Jeff Chiba clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, Neymar. Number 27, Serginho. Coming on
Nakamura.
the field, number 15,
Rijkaard.
Palace. Number 18, Mitoma.
Swept in. And that's the keeper's ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Beckham. And it's Nakamura. And this is Rooney. Kirkchu. And he's really put himself on the line here. They've played it short. Cross flung in towards the middle. And now they can spring out of defence. This looks promising. Well, they've got it again. 1-0 as we head towards the end. Passing is crisp and sharp. Pull it. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. Jeff Chiba really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Substitution.
Mateus. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
I think we're just about done here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
McTominay. And time is up. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Opts for safety, played out towards the right wing. And it's Hullet. Nicely shaped ball. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Well, when you say Brazilian fullback, there's only one man, isn't there?
There's been a couple, Jim, haven't there? But I guess you mean Roberto Carlos.
I do, and probably the first of the current crop of fullbacks who played as a withdrawn winger.
And he's had some wow moments along the way.
He excels.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Haaland. Hullet touches it back.
Really got in his face there.
He's had a shot! It's there! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Brazil are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Rijkaard. Pressing high and with purpose. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Neymar. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Haaland. Kimmich. Nicely aimed pass. Out towards the flank. He's in space and looking for options. Oh, well played, well played. Messi. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That is good strength. And Hullet! Denied by an instinctive save.
Hullet actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Kimmich goes short. This looks Neymar! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Brazil are looking to go forward now. Now it's Batistuta. And it's Kimmich. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Just the goalkeeper. Chance for a shot! No mistake! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Knocks it out wide. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Cleared without hesitation. Mateus.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Cafu. And it's Joelinton. Messi. And he's had it nicked away. Mateus. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And that's put paid to a promising move. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's a sharp pass. He's shifting through the... Messi! Haaland looks to get on the end of this. Williams. Serginho. Now it's Messi. Oh, such a clever touch. Climbs up big. He's got away with one there.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay.
And there is the half-time whistle. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
A half of massive entertainment and excitement. A 2-goal margin, yes, but all things still possible. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Mateus. And it's Serginho. He's a sharp little ball here. Showing good feet. Pinches it off him. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Not the most accurate pass. And the counter is on. McTominay, a player who needs no introduction. Serginho knocks it into space. That is good alertness. Kaká. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Messi, looking here to chip. Terrific header! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could...
He's through, it's one-on-one! Can he finish? Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Rijkaard. It's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, it very much looks like this defence has learned from its errors now.
And Mateus. Yaya Toure. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. And this is Batistuta. Maldini. Kimmich can so cleverly bypass the press. Played towards the other side. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. It's a goal kick. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Just eases him off the ball. And here's Messi. Now it's Williams. Danger averted for now. And it's Belletti. He's being urged to shoot. And he's gone looking for safety. He is through here. Shoots! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Substituição no time do Brasil.
Brazil making consecutive changes here.
Camisa 18. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 17. Camisa 14. Substituição em andamento.
Played into space. That is ended up in no man's land. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Cafu tries to play it through. Messi in acres of space out wide. Mateus was in no mood for any of that.
This is the time you need that pace.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. He shifted it to the flank. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Brazil do have a chance to counter here. And that's really well manoeuvred. It's played through for him. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Into the last 5 minutes. Kaká. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Mateus. Great vision. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Rummenigge! Rafinha out to the right. Now it's Messi. He's picked his way through. Serginho. Thuram is firing after that one. Rafinha. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Some resolute defending there. And that is as far as it goes. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours...